Welcome back to B.Y.C Crochet. My name is Brenda and this is my Yarny Cave. Welcome and welcome back to all of you guys. Thank you for taking a little bit of time out of your day to hang out with me. It is Saturday noonish. I have actually been playing around with the camera and have recorded a couple videos. I had to delete them because my camera was just not behaving. So I hope that this time around it behaves and we can actually record, even if it's a 15-minute video, just to say hi and hello when I've missed you guys. So I hope that you guys had a great 4th of July weekend last weekend. It is Saturday the 12th. For me, I stayed home taking care of my husband. He ended up with COVID. Then I got a little bit under the weather on Sunday, went to work on Monday, came home, woke up on Tuesday feeling a little bit under the weather, decided to work from home, took a COVID test in the afternoon, and lo and behold, I also had COVID. So I worked from home the rest of the week, but I worked. It was a very productive week, and but still feeling under the weather. Right now, actually, I'm much better. I'm just a little congested, but overall, I'm much better than what I was. So, yeah. So how are you guys doing? How was your 4th of July? I hope you guys had a good 4th of July weekend. I know there's a lot of stuff going on around the world and in the United States, and I just hope and pray that everybody's doing well. I'll go ahead and show you guys what is on my hook, what I'm actually working on, what I've completed. I have a finished object that I actually completed. I showed you guys in the last video a part of it. I had started the cardie, that baby cardie that I was holding 2 yarns together, the Pandemonium, Cascade Yarns Pandemonium Cotton Viscose Blend, and a ice yarn bamboo cotton blend, I believe it was, and it came out beautiful, guys. You must trust me when I tell you it came out beautiful. However, dummy me, wrapped it up, shipped it out, and did not take a picture of the finished item. So yeah, papa with me. So needless to say, I'm bummed about that, but it did come out beautiful. The 2 yarns that I used were the it's the same yarn, just different colorway, with a solid white ice cotton bamboo blend from Ice Yarns. And the cardie finished, it was beautiful, a little bit heavier than normal, but still beautiful. And I laundered it, wrapped it up, dried it, wrapped it up, and shipped it out to its recipient. I hope they love it. They're expecting a baby girl, I think in a couple months, or perhaps next month. So, and then I decided to use the same yarn. Again, this is Cascade Yarns Pandemonium Multis. It's a combination 55 cotton, 45 viscose. It is a number 3, but be warned that it is a very light number 3. I would dare to say it's a sport weight. But it is really beautiful, and I used this colorway to do another cardie, and that one I do have, and I can show you. It's right here, ready to go. I've already laundered it. I've already dried it. It's good to go. And this one is, again, it is MJ's Off the Hook, a baby cardie pattern. The only thing is that with this last 2 that I made, I actually switched out and changed the cuff and the border around the trim, just to make it a little bit easier in my hands. The original pattern calls for, and I've done it many a times, this type of cuff and trim. And if you've ever done that stitch, it looks beautiful, but it's really wearing on your hand, especially if you're working with very thin yarn, as I am and as I do. So I decided to switch it up a little bit. So what I did is that I did a single half double single crochet border, and then I also did it in the trim around the front. And then where the buttonholes go, the stitch before and after the buttonhole, instead of doing a half double, I did a double crochet to give it a little bit more room for the button. Aside from that, everything else is the same pattern as MJ's Off the Hook. Beautiful. I washed it, I dried it, it's ready to go. Not sure who the recipient's going to be, but woo, not sure who the recipient is going to be, but once we designated a recipient, we will ship this out. You know, I got a text the other day on my Facebook page, which I rarely use because you guys know I work full-time and I don't want to promise more than I can deliver, so I really am not very much active on Facebook. Instagram I am more than I am on Facebook. But somebody reached out about a poncho that I did some time ago, actually. It was my own design. This is ready to go, just in case you're wondering. These cardboard hangers, if you're wondering about them, I ordered those through Amazon. I believe you get a pack of 50. Anyways, so they reached out to me asking me if I still had the poncho, and if I was interested in selling it. And I replied to the person, thank you so much for inquiring. The makes that I do are usually gifted, they're not for sale. So just basically letting them know that the things that I make, I don't sell. Very rarely have I sold anything on purpose. If I sell something so somebody really wants it and is willing to pay me what it's worth, but for the most part, the items that I make because that is my way of unwinding at the end of the day. That's the way of me disconnecting and just clearing my head and just thinking about something positive and something that I enjoy versus all the worries of work, all the worries with the family. So it's just my way of kind of, you know, unwinding, you know, releasing some of the stress and frustrations and tensions that you have day to day. So I don't sell them, and I don't make them with the intent of making a profit, because I want it to be my relaxing place. I don't want it to become a chore. I don't want it to become a job. I have my job. And so this is what I do to, you know, to unwind and to relax at the end of each day. And so in the process, the things that I make, I gift. My kids come to the house and ask me if I have baby gifts. They're going to a baby shower, or somebody's a little daughter or son is having a birthday. Can I make them a little blanket? And so I do that, and 9 times out of 10 I do have a stack of stuff that they can pick from and gift. So yeah, that's really how I manage my makes and the things that I create. I do have several pieces that I actually created for myself that I do wear even to work. So I've made a couple of the MJ's Off the Hook cropped cardigans, and I wear those to work. I made one in, I don't know if you guys remember, I made one in dark gray and one in cream, and I wore those to work. I wore one the other day to work, and everybody was like, you know, giving me kudos how nice the sweater was. They didn't ask me if I made it. They just said, "Oh, I like your sweater." And I just, you know, kept quiet. I didn't say, you know, I made it, or it's my make. Nothing. I just said thank you, and I just kept on walking. You know, so Now there are some people who know that I crochet, and when they see me wearing something, they'll ask, "Did you make that?" And I'm not gonna lie, I'll say yeah. And then the next question is, "Do you sell your makes?" And I'm like, "No, I don't." So, funny story is, the other day I was in one of my locations, and there's one of my employees is expecting a baby boy in a couple months, I think. And I had done a baby card that I think I showed you guys, and I took it to give to him. So I had it on the table where I was working on this next to me, and another employee saw it and was admiring it, but he didn't say anything to me. So before I left, I met up with the employee and I said, "Here's a little something for you and your wife, for the baby." And he was like so touched, almost in tears. And so the other associate said to me, "Did you make that?" And I said, "Yes, I did." He goes, "That's so beautiful. I was looking at it while I was sitting there." I said, "Thank you." He goes, "Will you make me one for my grandson? Or would you make me something for my grandson? I'll pay you." And I said, "I'll make something for your grandson." He didn't say, "Can you make me one?" He said, "Can you make me something for my grandson?" And I'll pay you. He goes, No. I told him, "I'll make you something for your grandson. You don't have to pay me. That's what I do to kind of relax at the end of the day. And if I have a purpose for making it even more, it's even better for me, because I know I'm making it with somebody in mind." So actually, I'm making a blanket for this little boy. He's only 10 months old. So I'm making him a blanket that he can have, that is, the colors are not so much baby colors. They're colors that he can grow up with into a toddler and potentially just have for years to come, and just, carry around, throw around, tug around, throw around, whatever. We all know how boys are. So yeah, this is it is the slanted shell stitch, and it is Creative Grandma's pattern, or she did a tutorial, and I went ahead and watched the tutorial. I'll go ahead and tag it down below in case you're interested in it. It's really easy. It's very pretty, and I think the associate's going to enjoy it for their grandbaby. Like I said, the baby's 10 months old, so the baby won't know any better. But this particular yarn that I'm using is one of my favorite baby yarns to use, and that is Bernat Softy Baby Stripes. Now this particular yarn, they don't make it anymore. But it's very soft, it is very squishy, it is stripes, and I must say though that from one cake to the other, the stripes could be different. Same colorway, but there could be more blue, more yellow, more purple. This one has a little bit of pink in here. It could be more pink. The length of the colors are not the same cake to cake, so it gives you a very cattywampus striping effect, not a pattern or specific sequential pattern effect. So if you run into this kind of yarn, great for baby blankets, but just be warned that the stripes are nowhere near perfect in length, like color to color, or in pattern wise from one cake to the next. So, but that's what I'm using, and I have a lot of that yarn. In fact, there was a I think the company name is Deal Genius. I think they're still open, but they used to, at some point, they used to sell some yarn. They used to sell quite a bit of yarn, and there was a time where they actually had that yarn and they were clearancing it out, and there were I don't remember if it was like $2 a cake or $1 a cake. I just know that me and my sister, well, me especially, but then my sister realized how nice this yarn was and decided to buy some as well, because she has some baby projects that she had been working on. And so I just kind of got all the colorways that they had and stocked up. And I'm starting to actually, now I'm noticing that my stashes is starting to really, it's starting to dwindle down. And yeah, but it's really nice yarn to use for baby products. It's a very splitty, very it is a 3. It is quite splitty. In other words, it's not tightly wound. So when you wash this and dry it, it becomes very squishy, very bouncy, very soft, very drapey. And if you use a bigger hook than what it calls for, your drape will be even that much more. So but Bernat Softy Baby is one of my go-to for baby items and blankets. You guys know that I'm very partial to cottons, especially for baby stuff. But I have found that some acrylics are very much very good for baby items as well. I still prefer to work with cottons and bamboos and cotton blends for like cardies and stuff like that. But like for baby blankets, I have no issue in using and even for some cardies, some acrylics that are geared to baby items. This particular style right here, Bambino Prints from Stylecraft Double Knit, is a premium acrylic, and this is the yarn that I'm going to use for my next baby cardie. And I got this at the Little Wool Shop. In fact, I placed a new order the other day, and I'm going to be getting additional one Skein Wonders and to make baby cardies with. So if you're ever stuck with a skein of yarn, just one, and you have at least 250 yards in that skein, check out maybe doing a baby cardie. I think you'll have more than enough to do it. But look how pretty this colorway is. How pretty. So I am actually looking forward to starting this baby cardie. I'll be done with this blanket probably today, and then I'll start with the baby cardie tonight, after I clean up, take a shower, relax, and sit down and watch all the podcasters this afternoon. I'll start working on the cardie. Let me see what else is going on. Not much else, you know. Recuperating from COVID and just, you know, trying to take care of myself. Kona's around here somewhere. Her and her crazy hair. Guys, Kona needs a haircut bad. She needs a grooming bad, I should say. I did make an appointment for her, but it's not going to be till next month, and she is needing a grooming bad. She's looking like a lion. I'm glad she's not here because she would get totally pissed at me for saying that. That's my baby though. She's a handful though, let me tell you. She does not recognize personal space. She thinks she's the neighborhood watch. She's got, like, my nephew is her boyfriend. Whenever she sees him, she goes nuts. She's got a couple. My son too. Whenever she sees my son, I don't know what it is, but those boys drive her crazy. She loves them. She also gets excited when she sees my grandsons, but it's a different kind of excitement. So, but yeah, guys, thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to hang out with me. I hope you enjoyed seeing the cardie that I finished, the blanket that I'm working on, and the next yarn that is on my, that's gonna be on my hook. I'm hoping to finish this blanket today. I'll go ahead and launder it, wash it, get it ready to go, and pack it up. And perhaps next week I can, I see the associate and I can give them the blanket for their grandson. Anyways, guys, I pray that wherever you are in the world, you're having a blessed morning, noon, night, evening from the Yarny Cave. Peace. I love you guys. God bless. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.